Okay guys, so we are back with part 2 of our Milky Way. So this cup has already been prepped, painted, epoxy, glitter, and then one flood coat of epoxy. So it's nice and smooth and ready for our swirls. So what I've mixed up here is about 50 mLs of epoxy, and I'm just gonna put it on the cup. I'm just nicely putting it on. And I use a two-part epoxy. I use part A and part B, and I mix equal parts of both to get a nice clear consistency. And I'm just rubbing it on, and I'm worried that I'm not going to have enough epoxy for my swirls, but we'll see. I'm trying to do a very thin layer here. Really work it in all the way down to the bottom. If you haven't already, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and check out my Facebook group, Craft with DK. We do lots of fun giveaways and we share ideas and techniques. So I'm just working the epoxy in, making sure it's all over the cup, all the way down to the bottom. This is a 15-ounce wine tumbler. Can't forget about our bottom. Go ahead and get that on there. Make sure it's nice and smooth. Okay. Now I'm just gonna hit this with I'm gonna let it spin for a little bit. Then I'm gonna hit it with the torch to pop any bubbles that might be there. Also gonna mix up my colors. I'm gonna use this purple, and I'm gonna use this shimmer silver, and of course I'm gonna use white. And I'm just gonna mix a little bit of those into some epoxy. Let me go ahead and get my torch and go ahead and just quickly put it over it. Pop any bubbles. You want to make sure you keep it moving. You don't want to hold it in one spot because you don't want to burn the epoxy. Okay, let that spin some more while I mix up the colors. So I have these small measuring cups here that I'm just going to drop a little bit of the epoxy in to mix in with my colors. And I have 3 colors that I'm mixing up. And if I have any epoxy left over, I'll probably just put it into a mold or something. I don't really worry about mixing up too much epoxy. I'd rather have too much than not enough. So go ahead and just try to get equal amounts in each medicine cup. I'm contemplating if I want to put any silver on it. I don't think I am, so we have a little bit of epoxy left over. Now with the paint, you don't need to put a lot into the epoxy, because if you put too much, it's going to get too thick. So just probably 1 drop, then mix it around, and if you feel like you need some more, then you add more. Just a little bit. A little bit. And then what I did, I have my popsicle sticks, and I just broke them in half so that I could have enough. And see there, it doesn't take a lot of paint to change the color of the epoxy. That's what we want right there. Nice consistency so we can do our swirls. And as you can see, this was 1 drop of the acrylic paint. So that's 1 color, and then here is the purple. Mix it in real good. Look at that. It's pretty. Get that nice and mixed up. Then we're going to do the same thing for the silver. I may need to add a little, well, nope. I was thinking maybe I need to add a little bit more of the silver to this, but I don't. Maybe a little bit. And this is like it's a glitter acrylic, so it has a little bit of shimmer to it, so I like it. There we go. That's nice. Can you see that? So I'm just mixing it in, keeping it nice and runny, so it's easy to just put it on our tumbler. Looks good. Okay, so now we are ready to get it on. I'm gonna torch one more time, make sure we're ready to go. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna start with the purple, and I'm just gonna take it and just swirl it on. Swirl it on. There is no right or wrong way to do this at all. We're just putting it all over. Don't forget about the bottom of our cup. We are doing it all over. And I have epoxy left over, so I can always mix up some more of the purple. Okay. I'm gonna move on to the silver. Just gonna put it on there. Put it on. Let it swirl all over. I think I'm gonna mix up some more of the purple and make it a little bit darker. Okay, here we go with the white. Yeah, there we go. All the way out to the end. And we're just putting it on here.